AI might be the wave of the future, but it's not the future of fashion. Today I'm going to show you how to prompt an AI to design clothing, the way I designed clothing using an AI. But I'm also going to show you the limitations of AI and why it will never revolutionize the fashion industry. There are a lot of AI picture generator apps out there, and I recommend using one that produces realistic looking pictures rather than anime or cartoon pictures. This will help give you a better idea of what your clothing will look like on a real human being. And if there is an option for realistic or photorealistic, you want to check that option. And for this reason, it's important to use some sort of highly realistic, photorealistic, high definition wording at the beginning of your prompt. You can also use descriptive words like golden lighting to get a very specific look for your pictures. And then determine your subject, such as a man, a woman, a dancer, or a model. It is best to determine gender, such as girl or boy, because if you just say a kid, the AI will choose for you. And be careful with the term girl, because sometimes you'll get a child and sometimes a young woman. Be very specific about the number of people you want in your images, because an AI is not very good at guessing. Sometimes you'll input one person and the AI will produce 2 or 3. And just be careful with using multiple people in general, because you're more likely to end up with strange anatomy. And leaving it open-ended will make the AI have to guess too much. You can also give your subject a descriptor, such as a girl with red hair, with blue eyes, with glasses. Try to keep this simple and separate different ideas with commas. Now you can type in what kind of clothing you want to see in your AI picture, such as wearing a sundress, wearing boots, wearing a corset. You can even determine the type of clothing you want to see, such as gothic, high fashion, elegant, Renaissance, or 1950s clothing. And you can even prompt it with famous or well-known brands such as Gucci. You can also use celebrities to determine the style of this clothing, such as Kim Kardashian wearing 1950s clothing is a much different look than just regular 1950s clothing. Be as specific as possible, such as wearing a black dress, wearing platform boots, wearing gothic fashion. It's also best to use some sort of verb that implies you want a full body shot, because an AI has a tendency to only show the face. Using the verb standing might still crop your picture at the legs. So try to say something like standing on the street, walking into a forest, or walking on a catwalk. And specifying what footwear you want to see in your picture will also prompt the AI to give you a full body shot. And remember that adding or changing just one keyword can really affect the rest of your picture. Take my prompt for example. Highly realistic, a girl with red hair, wearing a black dress, wearing platform boots. Notice how the image generated with this prompt changes when you add the word curvy, or when you add the word gothic clothing, or when you add both. And if you're happy with your prompt but unhappy with the image, most AIs will allow you to generate a different picture using that prompt. This is really useful if it just totally screws up the anatomy. And now, learning how to give an AI information on what to wear is pretty easy. But to understand the limitations of AI, you kind of have to know how an AI works. Developers input pictures with a description, and the AI sorts those pictures into those different descriptions. That's how it knows what a green dress looks like, but also sometimes doesn't know what a green dress looks like. An AI will only understand the information that you give it. So if it's given bad information, it's going to produce bad results. But this also means that an AI can never truly generate its own content. It can't come up with creative ideas. It can only imitate what it's seen people do. And this has brought about a lot of copyright issues, specifically books and song lyrics. And if you're trying to produce an outfit or clothing, you're not gonna get your own outfit or clothing. You're only gonna get a conglomerated image of other clothing that has been seen before. Therefore, you're not going to be revolutionizing fashion. You're only going to be imitating it. And I don't think the future of fashion is all of our clothing looking alike. There's also another problem where AI people all tend to look alike. And another issue of AIs using averages and categories is they tend not to be very up to date, very current. They tend not to know words like trendy and cool, and they can't translate that well into fashion. And notice how ugly fashion is pretty reminiscent of what's popular today, and trendy teenagers are wearing clothing that I would have worn back in elementary school in the 2000s. So if you're wanting fashion that was popular during a certain time period, then use that time period, that decade, or that genre. And there are also certain items that an AI has difficulty with, such as laces. It will often tie laces to the outside of boots or skip eyelets or just look really weird in general. So if you're wanting to add design elements like corset laces or laces on the front, just be a little weary of what that's gonna look like on the AI design. But laces, along with weird anatomy issues, will probably get better with AI getting better in the future. And AI will be a part of the future. It's not going away anytime soon. It is here to stay. So when you do use AI, use it well, use it responsibly, and understand the uses and limitations of it. And if you want to use AI to design your own clothing, make sure you check out my last video where I went through the entire process of sewing an outfit from an AI image. It was a really fun project to make, and maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe AI can be trendy and cool and can start its own fashion trends, like maybe doing a weird thumbnail on a pair of gloves because it got some anatomy crossed will end up being the AI trend of the future. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like and a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. I will see you guys next time.